For the longest time, I thought I would never want to be a father or have a family of my own because of how messed up my own was. I photoshopped this image when I was 30 years old, back in Malta. I had quite recently then forcefully separated my parents. My parents, both of them equally toxic in their own way, created a sick environment for both themselves and everyone around, under the guise of keeping the family together. In retrospect, I wish they would have divorced already in the 80s or 90s when they still had their youth, still a chance to start a new life and to neutralize the toxic environment they were now raising their kids in. So my parents finally separated, and I finally managed to convince my mother to come to Malta. I thought a change of scenery, the closeness to her son, the warmth, the beach, just hoping that any of it would make a positive impact on her. And that's when my father decided to fly from Stockholm to St. Julian's to make a surprise visit, and one that instantly now turned my house into a toxic environment. During his visit, I had this idea for a photo. Maybe I didn't see the importance of the symbolism then, but I had always been comparing myself to my father, always saying that I never want to be like him, always trying to learn from the mistakes he never learned anything from to better myself as a man, and that's the fear you see in the photo, the darkness that surrounds it. Ultimately, I don't think I will ever be anything like him. It goes against my nature as a human, as well as my intellectual idea of what it means to be a man. My children will certainly never know what it's like to have a father like that. The small taste they had of knowing their grandfather left them in tears on many occasions, from his general absence and disinterest. Most people, including himself, insisted that he did his best, and that it was a generational thing, that people back in the day weren't that close or affectionate with their children, and I refused to believe that. I'm sure there were dysfunctional families back then just as they exist today, but love is profound. It's not something that was invented along with Wi-Fi and electric cars. It's at the very core of us as human beings. So my father, essentially a sort of distorted reflection of myself, left this world not really knowing his son or his grandchildren. He left this life in tears, not understanding the damage he had done, unwilling to understand the damage I refused to cause my own children just to make his suffering easier. And then he was gone. So when people ask how and why I try so hard to be a good father, it's not only because it's what's right for me, but because it's my father's redemption. I am what he couldn't be. I am the distorted reflection of him, a dark image turned to light. For me, becoming a father has healed a lot of the damage that he did. He had no business being a father to anyone. He should have just lived his life careless and carefree. And I'm grateful that I've been granted this life, but I had to do a lot more than just my best to break free. And I'll continue to do so. Not my best, but what is best for my family.